Very warm good morning, dear students. Welcome to the social science class. So students, today you all had your PT2 examination, right? So how was it? I hope you all have done very well. Let's see the papers. So students, today we are not going to discuss any new topic. Rather, we shall discuss some important questions, okay? So because I did not give you any questions as you are having your examination, so today I'll be sharing with you all some important questions from all the topics that we have done so far. All right. So students, you all will be able to frame answers to some important questions from the topics that have been discussed so far. And students, the questions that I'll be sharing through this video, these questions are from the topics that we have discussed, okay? That means from page number 50 to page number 58. So don't think that these are the questions from the entire chapter. No, these are just the questions which are based on the topics which we have done already. All right. So students, these are objective type questions, 1 mark questions, okay? So what is the basic function of secondary activities of manufacturing? So secondary activities transform the raw materials into final products, something which is more valuable, right? Of what is the paper made up from? So students, paper is made up from the pulp, right? Name the classification of industries on the basis of raw materials used by them. So on the basis of raw materials, how are industries classified? As agro-based industries, forest-based industries, marine-based industries and mineral-based industries. Question number 4. By whom are the private sector industries owned and operated? So private sector industries are owned and operated by whom? Private individuals or group of individuals, right? What does an industrial system consist of? So it consists of input, processes and output. Question number 6. How does an industrial region emerge? So students, an industrial region emerge when so many industries are located close to each other, right? So students, while writing the answers of these questions, please refer to your textbook, okay? So if you'll use the textbook, you'll be able to answer the questions in proper details. So please use the textbook while answering the questions. Go through the textbook in details, okay? Next question is define sunrise industries. So students, sunrise industries are basically the emerging industries which are very new, which are very recent. Information technology, then wellness, hospitality and knowledge, etc. Define the process smelting. So smelting is the process of extracting the iron from the ores by heating them beyond the melting point. Question number 9. Full form of TISCO. So Tata Iron and Steel Company Limited. Question number 10. On what basis are industries classified? So industries are classified on 3 bases: raw materials, size and ownership, right? So now coming to the short answer type questions, there is the 3 marks questions. Question number 1. Why was Sakse chosen to set up the steel plant? Give reasons. So you need to give 3 reasons. First, because it was just a few kilometers away from the Kalimati station, right? Second, because there was availability of iron ore, coal and various other mineral deposits. And third, because it was near the confluence of 2 rivers, that is the river Kharkai and river Subarnarekha, which ensured the supply of adequate water, right? Question number 2. What was the ideal location for iron and steel industry before 1800 AD and after 1950? How did the concept for ideal location of iron and steel industries change? So students, before 1800 AD, if you all remember, I told you all that industries were set up in those places where there was availability of raw materials, power supply and running water, right? But later on, industries were set up in such places which were near the coal fields and which were near the canals and which were near the railway stations. But students, after 1950, okay, there was a change in choosing the ideal location for industries. Later on, industries were set up or industries were chosen to be set up in such places which were near the big land surface, near the seaports, okay? So this is how the ideal location for industries, it has changed gradually over time. please refer to the textbook while answering the questions. Okay. Question number 3, define the concept of industrial system. So here you need to explain about the inputs, processes and outputs properly. Okay. Now coming to the long answer type questions. So students, how is the classification of industries done on the basis of raw material, size and ownership? So you need to write about the various classifications of industries on all the 3 bases. First, raw materials, then size and then ownership. So students, on the basis of raw materials, you have to explain agro-based, forest-based, mineral-based and marine-based industries. Then under size, you have to explain about small scale and large scale industries. Then under ownership, you have to explain about public sector industries, private sector industries, joint sector industries and the various cooperative sector industries. All right. Now coming to picture based questions. So students, here you can see 2 pictures, right? One picture at the top and the other one at the bottom. So based on these 2 pictures, we will have 2 questions in the next slide. First, I want you all to go through these pictures very carefully. So you see the first picture, the best location from 1800 to 1950, and the second picture, the best location before 1800. So it is somewhat related to the location of industries, right? And now look at the second picture, students. So I hope you all have observed both the pictures very carefully. Now coming to the questions. What does the above picture show? That means it is talking about the first picture. So the above picture shows the ideal location of industries before 1800 AD and after 1800 AD, right? Second question, where was the iron and steel industry located before 1800 AD? So it was located in those places where there was availability of raw materials, power supply and running water. Then now we are going to discuss the questions which are based on the second picture, right? Question number 1, name the major railway stations shown in the figure. So students, if you all have observed the figure, then it depicts the Kalimati railway station. What does the picture show? It shows the iron and steel plant at Jamshedpur. Alright. So students, these are a few questions which I want you all to do. I have explained the answers to you all, and please write them in your copy. And after the BU vacations, we'll be meeting each other, we'll be seeing each other. So students, on that note, I would like to conclude today's class. Please do these questions, okay? And I remember a few questions I have given you in the previous PPTs, so kindly do them as well and submit in the Google Classroom, okay? And in case if you find any difficulty or doubts, please do let me know, okay? So students, enjoy the BU vacations. A very happy BU. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.